All right, let's talk about one of my favorite days of the year, January 1st. It's when a whole new wave of culture becomes ours, all of ours. And believe me, the class of 2026 is a huge one. So let's dive into this massive cultural inheritance that's coming our way.
No, I'm serious. Just think about that for a second. What if you could take Sam Spade on a totally new adventure? Or, I don't know, write a sequel, a prequel, heck, turn it into a Broadway musical if you wanted to. This isn't just some fun thought experiment. It's a real possibility that is right around the corner.
Because on that day, a massive vault of creative works literally swings open. We're talking books, films, and brilliant ideas that will finally become free for every single one of us to use, to remix, and to build something new upon.
So what is the public domain really? Well, you can think of it like a giant shared cultural toolbox that belongs to all of us. And every year, when a work enters the public domain, it's like a brand new tool gets added to that box, free for anyone to pick up and use. This is absolutely game-changing for schools, for small publishers, for indie filmmakers, you name it.
Okay, so how does this whole thing work? Now, the rules can look a little tricky because, they change depending on where you are in the world, but the main idea is actually pretty simple. Let's just quickly break down how these works are joining the club in 2026.
Let's just walk through this. In the United States, the rule for this particular batch is super straightforward. If it was published in 1930, it's in. Simple as that. But in a lot of other places, like the UK and across Europe, the countdown starts when the creator passes away. Their work goes public 70 years after their death. So for 2026, that means we're looking at authors and artists who died back in 1955. And then in other spots like New Zealand and large parts of Africa and Asia, it's 50 years after death, which points us to creators who died in 1975. So yeah, different treasures unlock depending on where you live.
All right, now for the main event. This is the good stuff. Let's take a look at some of the incredible literary masterpieces from 1930 that are about to become part of our shared heritage, at least in the United States.
First up, we've got a true giant of American literature, William Faulkner's groundbreaking novel, As I Lay Dying. I mean, its revolutionary style, its incredible storytelling, it's all going to be free for new generations to discover and maybe even reinterpret.
And there it is, the very book we were just talking about. Dashiell Hammett's hard-boiled masterpiece, The Maltese Falcon, the legendary detective Sam Spade, and of course, the stuff that dreams are made of. They're about to belong to all of us.
Oh, and this is a huge one for mystery fans. This isn't just another amazing Agatha Christie novel. No, this is the book that introduced the entire world to one of the most beloved detectives ever created, the one and only Miss Marple. And the list just keeps on going. We've got Evelyn Waugh's razor-sharp satire in Vile Bodies, a foundational novel from the Harlem Renaissance by Langston Hughes, a beloved children's adventure classic, a major poem by T.S. Eliot, and the Oscar-winning 1930 film All Quiet on the Western Front. What an incredible snapshot of culture from just a single year.
But it's not just about stories. This event also unlocks some of the most important ideas from the 20th century's greatest thinkers. And this is based on those Life Plus rules we just talked about.
So, in countries with that Life Plus 70 rule, the complete works of giants like Albert Einstein and Thomas Mann become public. And under the Life Plus 50 rule, you get the writings of political theorist Hannah Arendt and the absolute master of comedy, P.G. Wodehouse. And back in the US, Sigmund Freud's incredibly influential 1930 work, Civilization and Its Discontents, joins the party.
And this quote right here just perfectly illustrates the power of this moment. In those Life Plus 70 countries, a quote like this from Einstein can now be used by anyone, shared anywhere, printed on a poster, set to music, without any copyright restrictions at all. The ideas that literally shaped our world are now much freer to circulate within it.
Okay, so we've seen what's coming. The really big question now is, what does this actually mean for you? For all the creators, the teachers, the students, the fans out there, this is where it gets really, really exciting.
So here's how it breaks down. First, it's all free to access. Digital libraries can host these works for everyone. Schools can distribute them. It's amazing. Second, you are free to share them. You want to email the entire text of The Maltese Falcon to your book club? Go right ahead. And third, and this is the big one, you are free to remix and reuse. This is the fuel for brand new creativity. It's the spark for that musical, that graphic novel, that modern film adaptation we were talking about.
Look, this is about so much more than just some old books becoming free. It's about our collective culture getting richer and deeper and way more vibrant. It's like a huge deposit is being made into the bank of human creativity, and we all get to make withdrawals.
So I'm just going to leave you with this thought.
The characters of Sam Spade and Miss Marple, the incredible ideas of Einstein and Freud, the stories from a whole generation of creators, all of that is about to be handed right over to us. That cultural toolbox is wide open. The only real question left is, what are you going to build?